Welcome to PTCB 2026, Waste and Storage Mastery. This video covers federal requirements for storage, handling, and disposal of non-hazardous, hazardous, and pharmacological substances, essential for pharmacy technician exam prep. We will cover common misconceptions in federal pharmacy waste management. Be aware of key exam traps, such as P-list acuity, not volume, the sewer ban specifics, and the correct usage of black containers. Storage and environmental requirements are vital. Maintain controlled room temperature, protect products from light and moisture, and ensure proper container labeling. Follow OSHA and physical layout guidelines for safety and access. Review federal requirements for waste storage and handling protocols. Key elements include segregation for safety, using secondary containment, and maintaining a 25-foot distance from ignition sources. DEA controlled substance security requirements mandate physical storage in a double-lock safe bolted to the floor. Limit access to 2 authorized persons per lock, log codes for 2 years, and reconcile inventory every 48 hours. Master the waste container color coding and key rules. Black is for hazardous waste, blue for non-hazardous, yellow for trace chemotherapy, and red for sharps. Use the white container for controlled substance waste after denaturing. Hazardous waste identification involves P-list acutely toxic, U-list toxic, and characteristic wastes, ignitable, corrosive, reactive, and toxic. Always check the safety data sheet and document decisions to avoid EPA fines. For non-hazardous pharma waste, resident disposal involves crushing and mixing pills before sealing them. Creditable returns of less than 1 year expired are sent to a reverse distributor. Subpart P includes prohibitions against sewering or flushing wastes. Hazardous waste accumulation is limited to 1 year in satellite areas and 180 days in central storage. Track waste using the manifest system. Controlled substance disposal requires rendering the substance irreversible and having 2 employees witness the process, recording it on Form 41. Disposal is prohibited in landfills or sewers. Chemotherapy waste disposal depends on residual amounts. Trace chemo, less than 3% residual, goes into a yellow container. Bulk chemo, greater than 3%, goes into a black RCRA hazardous container and requires a manifest. Red sharps containers are for chemo and sharps. Pathological waste must be incinerated. For special cases, if chemo sharps also contain P-listed drugs, use a black container inside the red secondary container. DSCSA protocols require quarantining suspect products within 24 hours. Maintain transaction information, statement, and history for 6 years. Pharmacy technicians segregate suspect product, and pharmacists finalize disposition. Product recall classifications range from Class 1, requiring immediate action, to Class 3, requiring removal within 1 week. Technician duties include segregating stock, placing recall stickers, and notifying patients. When considering hazardous waste manifest requirements, an empty warfarin bottle needs one. The quote, empty status does not exempt P-list waste, as warfarin is acutely hazardous above 0.3%. For expired atorvastatin, the appropriate container is blue, as it is non-hazardous pharmaceutical waste. Avoid the trap of overselecting the black bin, which is only for hazardous waste. CII oxycodone bottles must be stored in a safe with 2 locks, each opened by different authorized persons. This is the core requirement for dual control and separation of duties for CII storage. Review key mnemonics and data points. Remember the waste color code system, DSCSA requirements, and recall speed for different classes. Also, note the specific storage temperatures for CRT, fridge, and freezer. For waste quantification, focus on the count of items, not the concentration or total mg. Never compute milligram per kilogram for disposal questions. Body weight math is a common distractor. Follow this 7-day study and strategy plan for exam readiness. Days 1 and 2 cover core regulations. Days 3 and 4 involve practice and recall challenges. Day 5 is for mock exams, and days 6 and 7 are for review and rest. Thank you for completing this video on waste and storage mastery. We hope these tips and explanations will help you succeed on your PTCB exam. Good luck with your studies.